Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing fine. My name is Gio Villani. If you don't know me, welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about the power of physical appearance and how it can serve our deepest desires, how we can change it, and more, from the psychology part to the deepest spiritual level. So let's get started. First of all, the first impressions, that are decisive. The human mind judges very quickly. You have only few seconds before a person makes an idea of you, just by your physical appearance. When they meet you, this person has already decided whether if you inspire trust or respect or disinterest. Is all subconscious. They don't decide it. They don't decide it. But they do subconsciously. They don't know it. So it only takes a few seconds when you see someone for the first time. And this initial perception is very, very hard to change later. So as an example, if you go to a job interview with wrinkled clothes, or you look like you didn't groom yourself, or even if you look nervous, the interviewer may assume that you are careless, or you don't care much about things, even if you have a great resume. So yeah, clothing is a silent language. It projects your identity, your professionalism, even your aspirations. And well-kept clothing as like an uniform of credibility. But why? Why is this so? When you take care of yourself, you show respect for yourself and also for others. When you clean your hair, trim your nails, you brush your teeth, it shows others that you are prepared for that meeting, that you took time to meet in a presentable way. And no matter where you're going, doing this, people appreciate this. The fact that you smell good, or the fact that you don't have bad breath, for example. People appreciate it because this is attention to details that generates trust and likability. Basically, it shows the person that you are prepared, that you care about the details, that you care about yourself, and therefore they will think that you can care about others. At the same time, when you know that you look good, your confidence rises, and that security is visible for others because your body language changes, the way you express yourself. So we can say that the physical appearance is also connected to our self-esteem. For example, you know it when you wear your best clothes, that you style your hair the way that you like the most, and you know that you look good. You see you in the mirror, like, you go out, you're more likely to speak. You're more likely to be confident, to smile more. Even this can make you achieve better interactions. Yes, I don't know if you have noticed it. But on the contrary, when you go careless clothes and you dislike what you see in the mirror, you tend to lower your head and avoid eye contact. Like, I wish they don't see me. Like, you try to hide a little bit because you don't like what you are looking in the mirror. So this is very important because your external presentation influences your internal state. That's a fact. As it impacts your self-esteem and your confidence, others will perceive it too. In both professional contexts and social contexts, people with good presence is more likely to receive more invitations and more proposals and more trust in general. People assume that if you take care of your image, you will also be responsible for your commitments. in your work, for example. So even with friendship or when choosing a couple, this works. That's why it's important to go well to dates and to friends meetings. So people always want to be surrounded by those who are responsible, trustworthy, and your appearance talks about this without having you to speak. And it proves that you are like this without you saying a word. So at least in the subconscious mind in others, it is like that. You are like they have an image of you, but not just an image. It's a mix of concepts about you subconsciously. But this is a power that you have. I just want you to understand that you can use it. You can use it to pretend you are one kind of person, but the truth is that it is not sustainable. You can fake, let's say, to be someone you are not just by dressing or pretending to be someone, but it is not sustainable and you will be fooling yourself as well. So the most intelligent way to use all the power of your physical appearance will always be to help you achieve your deepest desires. In another video, I explained that in detail. There are desires that come from your ego and desires that come from your spirit. You should connect with the desires that come from your spirit because those are the ones that will truly make you happy, feel peaceful. Otherwise, you will spend your whole life chasing your ego's desires, and you will find only momentary satisfaction, and you end up becoming a slave of your desires. So in that video, I explained how you can connect with your real desires, which are those that come from the real you, which is your spirit. I'll leave it in the description because it's key part in this process. So yeah, once you have done this, you can use the power of your physical appearance to align with what you aspire to achieve truly. If you desire, for example, professional growth, your way of dressing and grooming should reflect that vision. Even if you haven't reached that goal yet, even if you see it so far away, dressing like your future self becomes a magnet for those opportunities. It is the way, the fastest way of manifesting that version of you when you start acting like you already are that person. And it makes a lot of sense because it is not only that you start perceiving yourself differently, it is also that others will do so because they will see you. And when you show consistency with your image, meaning that you know that it is not only about the image, but about all the things that come with that version of you, because this is so important. It's not only about the physical part, but about being consistent with that version of you. And that version of you acts some way, of course, dresses and styles and I don't know, grooms a different way. But it is also that this person has some habits, this person has some ways of thinking, this person surrounds by certain people. I mean, there is a whole scenario behind or besides, what the physical appearance is. The physical appearance is just a part that may help you achieve that, because you will start perceiving yourself as this person, and others will also see you like that, because is something physical, something that people perceive very fast, as we already learned. So, for example, if you are a student, let's say, but you dream of becoming a successful lawyer, you start by dressing in a sober and neat way during presentations, during interviews, during internships. And that consistency with you doing this, along with consistency with other things that imply, that are, let's say, included into being a successful lawyer, of course. But what I want to point out here is that about dressing like in a very sober way and very neat, like a successful lawyer would dress, then when you do that by being very consistent, the others will perceive you as someone that is ready to take those responsibilities. So yeah, if this is aligned with your real desires and you want to do it, it is a great tool to manifest, because it reinforces a lot your self-perception and the perception of others about you. So it's a very strategic tool, not only to convince yourself that you are the person you want to be, but also to project respect, trust, authority, sensuality, freedom, whatever your desires are. So if you want to understand this on a deeper level, stay with me. I'm going to explain it now. The appearance may seem superficial, but everything in this game is divine. So it is an outer garment of the soul. It is energy made visible. Our eyes, our posture, our skin, even the tone of our voice can reveal joy, heaviness, serenity, whatever. So that's why some people can sense or feel the authenticity or the dissonance of other people without saying a word. Other people don't even have to talk, they only feel it, because the appearance is energy made visible, and it's like a flame that projects light according to the fire within. So our physical appearance carries traces of our emotional and spiritual condition. It is not about beauty in the conventional sense. It is about presence and coherence. It's like radiance. This is something that if you are sensitive enough, you can feel when you are next to someone. And I don't know if it has happened to you, but you can be with someone that can be very plain by worldly standards, but yet they are so luminous, and you feel that they are radiant much more than people that is pretty or people that is fit. Whatever. It's not about physical appearance itself. It's about something else. It's about, I don't know, something beyond that. So the inner being, we can say that it shines through. I don't know if you have seen that or you have experimented that with some people. You can leave it in the comments. I would love to read that. So yeah, physical appearance is a reflection of the soul, and we should see it with certain respect. And this thing that many people say but few understand, that the body is a temple, is truth. And we should honor that. Keeping it clean, healthy, and presentable can act as it's an act of gratitude to life for giving us this vessel, this vehicle. And it is such a beautiful thing when you take care of yourself by thinking about this, because you go beyond the physical appearance. It's not about that. And once you have found who you truly are, again, you can only do this by aligning and connecting yourself with your spirit. There is no other way. Your spirit is the higher you. You can watch my video about manifesting where I explained it better. But once you found who you truly are, you can decide to use your vehicle in this plane to align with that higher self and those higher desires. So you can choose clothes, colors, and styles that resonate with who you truly are in that moment. Because remember that the nature of the spirit is the creation, and you can feel something in a moment and feel another in another moment. So if your spirit, for example, is gentle in this moment, or is strong in this moment, or is creative, or is peaceful, you can show that. You can show that through form, with your vessel, through your vehicle, and all the garments around it. So it is an important point that this should be accompanied by the mind, the presence, the intention. It is not about styling yourself. It is about embodying your higher self. And you can only do this when you know who you are. There is no other way. How you embody your higher self if you don't know what your higher self is, or who your higher self is? If you haven't seen it before, you will only be able to style yourself and whatever, but it will not be aligned with that version of you, which is the real one. So the idea is to align your physical appearance with mindful presence, with that reminder that you are more than this physical appearance, and to have it with you wherever you go and whoever you are with. That presence is what will make the difference. This way you will always feel empowered. You will always have like a better mood. I don't know. You will hold in better posture. You will look at people in the eyes. And this type of dignity honors you, and also honors those that are with you. And this is what people really appreciate. There is an Hermetic law that says, as we think, so without. It is a close cousin of another Hermetic law that says, as above, so below. And it basically states that outer realities are reflections of inner realities, and vice versa. So the landscape inside you, your beliefs, your emotions, your attention, your feelings, they shape the landscape outside you. So it is like that, and vice versa. In this sense, the body, because this is something outside, let's say external, and its appearance are both mirror an instrument of the inner world. I'm going to say it again. The body and its appearance are both mirror and instrument of the inner world. So humans perceive others through projection. We don't meet a person as a neutral fact. We meet an energetic signal. When you know a person, you don't only meet the physical, you meet the energy of the person. So when your interior is calm, is confident, is compassionate, that feels tends to be perceived like openness, steadiness, presence by others. So, for example, think about a teacher. A teacher, I know this because I worked as a teacher before, but when a teacher has practiced inner calm before a class and he goes very calm to the class and feeling good, the students respond to that calm. They focus better. Also, if the teacher appearance is good, like is relaxed, it has a steady voice and looks, good. This confirms the authority of that teacher. But if the teacher feels anxious inside and also is so he hasn't taken care of his appearance, the students will behave restlessly. They will be a mess in the class. And this is a cycle. It's a cycle. You can see it in situations like this. And this is something that may seem very unreal, but it's true. You can confirm it in different situations. I could put so many examples. But it's also backed up by contemporary psychology. There is research that shows that the body influences the mind as much as the mind influences the body. So basically, it is backing up the hermetic law as within, so without. So how you hold yourself, the way you speak, what you wear, how you move, this sends signals to your nervous system, and it can change thought patterns and emotions. Movement, what you see in the mirror, how you speak, this sends signals to your nervous system, and it can change thought patterns and emotions. Are you realizing the power of this? This means that there is no benefit on saying accept your body as it is when you're fat and you're destroying yourself, because this is sending messages to your nervous system that get you stuck and get you feeling incapable. You enter in a loop. You should be doing all you can to embrace the best version of you, to become that version. A fit body increases feelings of confidence, just like wearing a suit for a meeting can increase your feelings of competence. Both things will always have an outcome. In the meeting, we'll have better negotiation, will make the person be, maybe more persuasive, more present. And in the fit body example, you gain power of expression, confidence. But the most important thing here, what I want you to understand, is that external change reinforces an internal pattern. the external change reinforces an internal pattern, and vice versa. The internal pattern, your beliefs, your thoughts, will reinforce your external change, your external reality. Because for example, when the external change reinforces an internal pattern, is because it creates a belief in you. For example, going back to the example of a meeting, the person who wears a suit to go to the meeting and feels better, and therefore the meeting goes well, this person will get the belief, I am competent, I am confident, I can speak, And this belief will be totally, this person won't have any doubt about it because he already saw it in the reality. So it creates the belief. But the contrary is also possible. The belief will create a reality. This one is a little bit more difficult because it requires faith, It's like when Jesus, that he says that you needed faith. He says that faith is what manifests. And if you don't have faith, if you're not already convinced that your thought will be projected into reality as you want without any doubt, then you don't manifest. So it is a little bit difficult at the beginning when you're not used to it. But you can also do it from the outer to the inner to help you start seeing results in your mind. It is like when Jesus showed Thomas the nail marks in his hands. He showed him because he didn't believe. You can do the same with you. You can show you things so you can believe. But the idea is that you can move to vice versa, to believing and create from your thoughts, from your beliefs, because this is the most powerful thing. So, the second you believe something, without any doubt, you start creating. And eventually it will collapse into the material world because it's all about mind. That's the first Semitic law as well. So it is all about that. You don't have to go any further. It's just understanding this, and you will be able to manifest whatever you want. So the external change reinforces internal patterns, and internal patterns reinforces external change, or creates external change. It's better said like that. Creates the internal patterns directly create external changes. So that's why we want to eventually be able to create from our internal being. But of course there are ways to help us, and one of them is to create beliefs by doing things in the external world. The relationship between the inner state and the outer action is a loop. Your inner beliefs will generate actions, right? When you believe something, you act according to that. There is no other way that it can happen. So, create actions. For example, your appearance is an action of one belief. Maybe, I don't know, you have a belief about yourself and you dress up like that. But it's also vice versa. So, in both cases, however you do it, people will respond to it. The outer world will respond to it. And these responses changes your inner state again. So this is why I say it's a loop. You see it? Inner shift create sustained outer change. when you shift something in your inside, it will be sustained outside. And it's a little bit different when it is the other way. Have to be consistent, the belief and the external. It cannot be only in the external, because the inner shift is what sustains the inner beliefs, the emotion, and the feelings, the vibration, all that is that has to do with your spirit and with your inner self is what sustains the changes in the outer world. Going back to the topic about physical appearance, if you start, for example, caring about your skin and you start sleeping better, you will look healthier. Other people will notice it and they maybe will let you know. So this makes your self-esteem rises. You will feel better. They tell me that I look better. So you will get motivated to keep doing that. Maybe you will start getting new habits, healthy habits. And this is a loop. The more you do it, the more you have. The more you do these things according to those beliefs that you start having, you will start seeing more of those results. So yes, the idea is to build the confidence to know that everything starts in your mind, although you can do sometimes things from the external to reinforce the internal beliefs. You find it a little bit difficult to believe in something like from scratch. I don't know how to say it. And the outcome and the intention go together. The intention you put into something is what determines the outcome. Okay? So if you start caring about yourself physically, but you do it because you want to, I don't know, you want to be recognized, or you want to be, I don't know, you want to have approval from people, I don't know. If you do that for that reason, you will get a very different outcome than when you do it because you have realized that your body deserves to be taken care of, because it is the vessel of your soul. It's totally different, the outcome that you will get there. So yeah, this is all for today's video. I hope you find it useful. If so, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting talks. I hope the Holy Spirit and the peace of God accompany you today. Send you kisses and see you in the next video.